Michael Smith. Chris Murphy sat alongside me, was commentating on it. I'm sure you feel similarly.
I think if Rod Harrington was sat here, he would be fuming at some of Michael Smith's darts at the end of the match. He left 70, went for double 15, and then had 56 less and just flung it. It went nearer the double 8 than anything else. I don't know if he was going for double 8. It'd be bizarre if he was, but yeah, got himself in a bit of a mess at the end of that match, but got through in the end.
First leg is wrong to throw first. Game on.
Yeah, Michael Smith had to survive a dart from Mark Frost in the previous round, so he can count himself a little bit fortunate to be here. When I spoke to him earlier on today, I did remind him of
40.
What he said on a number of occasions about how he's not a kid anymore and he doesn't act petulantly on stage, and that he's grown up and he's a responsible adult dart player. And with some of the darts that he threw away in anger last night, he said, oh, it's the first time I've done it in 2 years. If that's lesson learnt, then that will stand Michael Smith in very good stead, not just for today, but for the rest of
96.
his darting career. Because I believe this lad has the talent to make it right to the top if he can continue his progression.
100.
Well, he's already in the top 10 in the world, world number 8, world number 7 in waiting actually, after Robert Thornton suffered an early exit from this tournament. Premier League player this year. He's made excellent progress. He only broke into the top 16 last year, so now he's in the top 8.
100.
25 years old, actually the younger player of the two. Meulenkamp 27. What have you made of his progress so far?
97.
Well, I think he's obviously making steady progress. He's made a last 16 on the Pro Tour last weekend. It's another last 16 here with a first quarter-final in a PDC ranking event. A carrot for him to go for. It hasn't been spectacular progress.
98.
But as Paul Nicholson mentioned earlier this weekend, he's rebuilt his throw. He's sort of starting afresh, and it's had on him
100.
an effect
Run
on
you
his
require
results. And if he
167.
can keep building on that, then who knows where he could go. He's only 27 years old.
We've seen off Simon Whitlock and Jeffrey de Graaf in this tournament.
97. Michael, you require 104.
And he was second favourite in both of those games going into it. He's no stranger this weekend to being the underdog and emerging victorious.
92.
And he survives a dart
Run
at
you
double 12 for a
70.
break of throw. So 70 for Meulenkamp to hold his throw and go 1-0 up here.
He won't be starting on double 15.
The old Mensor route. Treble 14, double 14.
That's what was intended, but he's hit the treble 11.
$60. Michael, you require 12.
Knocked him out of his stride a little bit there, Meulenkamp. So Smith for an early break.
Game shot on the
Gets
first
it.
leg. Michael Smith. Second leg is Michael to throw first. Game on.
Yeah, we took the lead against Mark Frost, didn't he? And then Frosty somehow conjured up a couple of big shots to get himself back into. He's actually in the ascendancy and
60.
very nearly completed a significant win. Mark Frost booking his place in the final day of action. Not to be, though, as Smith edged him out in a deciding leg.
Yeah, played very well, Mark Frost, in that match. A 1-2-7 on the
134.
Threw everything at Michael Smith. The number 3 seed prevailed in the end.
100.
Well, he's made 4 finals on the Euro Tour, Michael Smith. He's won 3 of them. One of them against Benito van der Pas. And a couple against Michael van Gerwen. Now, beating Michael van Gerwen
96.
in finals on a big stage in front of big crowds, that is something that most players have not been able to do.
100.
Yeah, Smith is definitely up there now. In the elite of world darts, he's got another Dutchman in front of him here. He has played him a couple of times before, winning both of those matches, both 6-3.
79.
Yeah, one of them quite recently as well, just 3 weeks ago at the Ricoh Arena in Coventry, one of the venues for the Pro Tour events as Michael Smith
180.
fires in the first maximum of the match.
So he wants 61 after 12 darts to double his lead.
100. Michael, you require 61.
Meulenkamp waiting. If it doesn't go, only one dart at a double. That double is double 4.
57.
Chance.
Ron, you
for
require
the bomb.
92.
I think you can hear Michael Smith chuntering away to himself. Should have gone treble 7. Treble 7 for double top. Always the danger when you go 25. Trying to give yourself 2 darts at the double. May hit the bullseye and only get 1. Ron Meulenkamp doesn't get 1 at all, and maybe
52.
ball should have been the route for Ron Meulenkamp
4.
there to guarantee himself a dart at bullseye. But double 2 for Michael Smith. Double 1 now. Can't afford to miss inside. That's why it's high. And
No
that
score.
one is no use to
Ron,
it.
you require 40.
Top of the shop for Ron Meulenkamp to level this match. Having just lost his throw. He
Game
wins it
shot on the
back.
second leg. Ron Meulenkamp. Third leg is Ron to throw first. Game on.
We mentioned this weekend he's beaten Whitlock and De Graaf. He has had victories against top players in the last couple of years. He's beaten Vincent van der Voort, Benito van der Pas, Stephen Bunting, Jelle Klaassen, James Wade, Raymond van Barneveld and Robert Thornton.
140.
Both these guys chuntering away to themselves on stage.
Yeah, trying to talk them in perhaps.
57.
Let out a huge roar after he won the deciding leg last night, Michael Smith.
Yeah, he was pumped up.
100.
You can see he was angry more than anything, I think.
Seven players
80.
through to the quarterfinals already. Michael van Gerwen will play Kyle Anderson. Phil Taylor, Stephen Bunting. Peter Wright against Terry Jenkins. Nigel Hayden awaiting the winner of this one.
125.
And a 125 for Ron Meulenkamp leaves himself 136 after 9 darts. And Meulenkamp is giving as good as he's getting in this game.
60.
You're talking
Ron,
about
you require
where Michael
136.
Smith can come across sometimes on stage a little bit frustrated or erratic, beating himself up visibly sometimes on stage. Meulenkamp has displayed this weekend a particularly calm persona.
Yeah, his temperament
26.
appears to be, correct for going on stage. I mean, there's no correct way of behaving on stage, but it's what it brings out of you.
He's
and
not
sometimes
an explosive man for a man with the nickname The Bomb, is
no,
he?
no, he isn't.
42. Ron, you require 110.
When Michael Smith has got frustrated with himself and started beating himself up, it doesn't usually precipitate him playing good darts. Tops for Meulenkamp.
90.
If Michael Smith getting angry and wound up led to him then throwing 110 averages and winning games, then I don't think anybody's saying stop doing it. Just carry on doing it. Go and get
30.
wound up.
Ron, you
You
require
see Kim
20.
Hybrex get emotional and angry, and he produces great darts, but you've got to find what works for you. Michael Smith's best darts usually comes when he looks relaxed up
Game
there.
shot on the third leg. Ron Meulenkamp.
Relaxed double
Fourth leg
10
is
for Ron
Michael to throw
Meulenkamp.
first. Game
Well,
on.
whatever he's doing this weekend is certainly working.
Switch
134.
from Michael Smith down to the treble 19s.
It's been a standout performance for you this afternoon because we've had some stunning displays.
The game of the weekend so far, hands down for me.
137.
Jelle Klaassen and Kyle Anderson. I mean, they're both average in excess of 103. Klaassen's nearly equaled the record for 180s in the Euro Tour.
125.
Michael Smith misses out on a second 180, and yet Kyle Anderson still wins it. A phenomenal game of darts.
Now a great darts here from Meulenkamp, looking for his first maximum.
180.
And that piles the pressure on Smith in this leg. Needs a treble this visit to be first to a finish.
100.
Puts a big finish at his left.
148. Michael, you
not
require
a great setup
142.
shot from Ron Meulenkamp. So Smith may get 2 visits. He may only do it in 1. Needed the treble 14 for a go at top.
82. Ron, you require
Some players would have stayed there on that treble
136.
20 to leave double 11.
Yeah, perhaps more so if your opponent's waiting on a one dart finish or whatever, but he's on 136, so a similar shot. He will be staying on the treble 20 if he hits it first dart. Doesn't, so Smith will return to make it 2 apiece.
He's going to be waiting on tops though, isn't he?
96. Michael, you require 60.
So 20 for tops. It's a bit of a blocker. He's not moving.
40.
And Michael
Ron, you
Smith
require 40.
has got problems here. Ron Meulenkamp, double top. Hit it in the second leg for a break. Down for double 10. He hit this last leg. Oh, awkward.
Game shot on the fourth
That's
leg.
awkward
Ron
though. 15 darter.
Fifth leg is
Another
Ron to
break
throw
of
first.
throw.
That-
Meulenkamp throwing for a 4-1 lead.
That is a huge, huge dart. Last in hand, double 10. He did let out
Game on.
a little bit of emotion, showed a little bit of emotion then, Meulenkamp, after hitting that. Just regrouping now.
Well, Michael Smith was incredibly relieved that the seedings had changed coming into this weekend. The last 2 European tours have gone out at this stage against Mensur Suljovic,
58.
whom he doesn't like to play. Doesn't like the rhythm, doesn't like all the antics on stage, doesn't like being slowed down. Now, Ron is not a
58.
quick player by any means. He's not quite Mensur's level of ploddiness. But if I was Ron Meulenkamp, I'd be slowing down.
100.
I'd be doing that sort of thing and then making my opponent wait because he doesn't like it.
Well, Smith looking to respond in
125.
Yeah, as fate would have it as well, Smith avoids Suljovic, who then gets knocked out anyway.
Yeah, there is that.
But are we going to see
57.
Ron Meulenkamp or Nigel Hayden in the semi-finals of a European Tour event this weekend?
Wow, if Meulenkamp wins this, we're guaranteed
48.
an unseeded player in the last 4, as those two will square off in our 4th quarter final. Everything on the final day of action on the European Tour is as per the draw bracket. So all the games you've seen this afternoon, it's the winner of one plays the winner of the next one, and then winner of the 3rd game against the 4th game, etc., etc.
81.
So that's why Nigel Hayden is sat in the 4th quarter final, awaiting the winner of this. This evening, the quarterfinals all in order as well. So Van Gerwen versus Kyle Anderson, then Taylor v
60.
Bunting. That's one
Ron,
half
you
of the
require
draw.
125.
With Wright and Jenkins, whenever that faces Hayden or whoever comes through this. Now, treble 20 for double top. Ooh, he wasn't far away, but if he can set this up... Oh, that's a
48.
bad dart.
It is. So 210. If Smith can take a sizable bite out of this, and he
56.
doesn't, no treble.
Ron, you require 77.
No trouble for Meulenkamp at the moment. 77 required. We'll look at 18 now. A double top.
57. Michael, you require
It was for a
154.
4-1 lead. It still could be if Smith doesn't take out this 154. He's not anywhere near the treble there.
Doesn't look likely to at the minute, does he?
104.
Playing
Ron,
poorly,
you require
Michael Smith
20.
and Ron Meulenkamp taking advantage. 3 clear darts in his hand. Clear bed to aim for. Double 10.
Game shot on the
Only
5th
needs
leg.
the
Ron
one dart.
Meulenkamp.
It's 4-1
Sixth leg is
and Ron
Michael to throw
Meulenkamp
first. Game on.
Is bossing this game.
Yeah, but it's not Bully Boy who's doing the bullying in this one.
91.
Never made the quarterfinal of a PDC ranking event, Ron Meulenkamp. This could be the weekend.
140.
Will that, the knowledge of that, will that be a factor as we approach the conclusion of this game? It'll be much more of a
121.
factor if Michael Smith takes it close.
Yeah, touch of the old finishing line fever. We'll see. Hasn't looked like it in big wins against De Graaf and Whitlock.
140.
Back-to-back ton 40s to start this leg, and Michael Smith on his own throw is under pressure again. He's not managed to hold his throw, Michael Smith. Won the first
57.
leg against the throw, and he's just lost the next 4. Meulenkamp all over him here, and back in the treble bed. Look at this. What a pro leg this is for Meulenkamp.
140.
3 140s on the trot to leave 81.
Yeah, he's putting in a sprint finish. He's not slowing down at all near the end of the race.
100. Run you require 81.
Because if he cleans this up, he'll be throwing for the match.
Oh, I quite like that. Means he's guaranteed a dart at double top for 5-1.
41. Michael, you require 132.
Michael Smith, he's been forced to take out the 132. God, that's a great lie for another. Oh, look at this, double 16.
116. Run you require 40.
Valiant effort.
It wasn't that close to the double. He 2 darts on the smallest target on the board, and then it's the age-old problem in darts. The double is the hardest bit to hit.
20.
But he will get a
Michael,
chance
you require 16.
to hit double 8. This has been a brilliant leg until the finish for Meulenkamp.
Game shot on the
Michael
6th
Smith
leg.
has taken
Michael
full
Smith.
advantage. However,
7th leg is Ron to throw
only
first.
a hold of throw.
Game on.
It is only a hold of throw. But Ron Meulenkamp, 3 darts, a target that he's hit for the 3 legs before then. What a response this is.
140.
Another ton 40. So in scoring visits, if you like, that's 4 consecutive ton 40s for Ron Meulenkamp.
Smith follows him in,
140.
because this is a huge leg for Michael Smith.
Yeah, if he can win it, Michael Smith, despite being
60.
severely below par, is suddenly right back in this game. But look at those stats there. I mean, it's nowhere near
93.
what you would expect from number 8 in the world.
Yeah, Meulenkamp the better player in this one, as reflected by the stats, by the score.
100.
Can Smith get something going?
58.
Not in that visit.
Yeah, it's a struggle for him. Real struggle. Meulenkamp. Quarterfinals, tantalisingly close.
68.
Just the 68 leaves him 133.
Yeah, so it's 2 trebles and a double.
140.
And
Run you
Michael
require
Smith
133.
should get at least 1 dart at a double if Meulenkamp can't complete this. And he can't. So Smith to actually get the game back on throw now.
57. Michael, you require 70.
Is it treble 10 for tops? As we look at the 18s, now 12 for tops. Tops he wants.
Game
And
shot on
Michael
the 7th
Smith,
leg. Michael Smith.
well, for the first time, just heads over to the side of the
Eighth
stage
leg
to
is
give it a bit of
Michael
a
to throw
celebration.
first.
I think he believes he is back in this
Game
match
on.
because there was 3 darts for a 5-1 lead for Ron Meulenkamp. And having missed those, maybe that will turn out to be his big chance.
And now Michael Smith looking
83.
to move away in this leg, but only 83. It was going so well for Meulenkamp. Good recovery though there.
85.
Similar start to the leg. But despite what's gone before, if Smith wins this leg, you've got to make him favourite for the match.
Yeah.
140.
You may already make him favourite. I'd be interested to know what the bookies' ideas are at the minute, but the experience of Michael Smith, you know, in semi-final of the Grand Slam, quarter-finals of the World Championship,
97.
3 European Tour wins. out of 4 finals he's made, up against a man who's never made a quarter-final in a ranking event. I mean, you know, the experience has got to benefit him. I think his experience probably helped him last night. You know, despite his behaviour of throwing darts away, he still managed to get the win somehow.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue with that.
140.
Good response from
require
Meulenkamp, but it's
157.
6 darts from 157 to bring us back level again. And Michael Smith, and he'll set it up
99.
relatively well. We'll give him 2 darts at tops when he returns for 4-4.
Will there be any pressure on it? Needs a treble. To just ask a question
59.
of Smith.
And Michael, you require 58.
58 then. 18. Double top.
18. Ron, you require 120.
Well, he had 3 darts for a 5-1 lead and missed them. Can Ron Meulenkamp give himself another dart to go within a leg of the quarterfinals? Needs to find the treble 20. Doesn't do so. And Michael, so you can see at the back of the stage there, Michael Smith.
43.
Trying to G himself
Michael, you
up.
require 40.
Tops for 4-4. Double 10.
Game
There
shot, the
it
8th
is.
leg, Michael Smith. The 9th leg is Ron to throw first. Game on.
And Meulenkamp's got to just regather himself here. Feels he should have been 5-1 up. But Smith, very, very similar match
43.
for him to the one that he contested last night with Mark Frost.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's something to be said for players being able to win games when they're not
100.
playing well. And it was, you know, it was something that was levelled at Michael Smith. When he's playing well, we know what he can do. He can go and average 110, 108, and he can beat anybody in the world, and that's great. And Adrian Lewis used to be the same. But when they weren't playing well,
100.
they didn't win. And Adrian Lewis had to learn how to have a B game and even a C game that got him results. And Michael Smith has had to do the same to be able to
57.
go and win tournaments, because you're not going to be firing on all cylinders every time you go up there. And there is something no doubt satisfying for Michael Smith fans to see that he managed to get through that game last night despite some obvious problems. And he's making a fist of it here, but Ron Meulenkamp is not going to let him walk into the quarterfinals.
No, he's certainly got a scrap on his hands. Meulenkamp hits a maximum.
140.
Michael Smith not happy that the 3rd dart didn't repeat that particular feat.
Seeing some real anger from Michael Smith, not dissimilar from how it was last night. Needs to just
100.
rein things in. It's all right being aggressive on there, but as long as you're not throwing away darts.
Hasn't done that yet.
58. Ron, you require 78.
Meulenkamp had chances to win legs, 2 separate legs, to go within a leg of the quarterfinals. Can he finally get that 5th leg? Tops he wants for a 78 checkout and 5-4.
38. Michael, you require
You
146.
could see that it was awkward. He had to step across to the left. Big ask for Michael Smith. Not going to happen.
94. Ron, you require 40.
The big shot for Ron Meulenkamp now. Down for 10s. Oh,
No score.
in the wrong bed.
Michael, you
All of a
require
sudden,
52.
Michael Smith is presented with a chance to break the throw in what could now be the penultimate leg of this match.
Game shot at 9th leg. Michael Smith.
Last dart.
10th
And
leg
Ron
is Michael to
Meulenkamp.
throw first.
We talked about potentially there being a bit of white line fever for Ron Meulenkamp with that quarterfinal on the line, and maybe we're seeing it because that is a 3rd leg where Meulenkamp
Game
has
on.
had darts to go within one of the quarterfinals and he has been unable to close it out.
It can happen sometimes
100.
in professional sport. Finishing it, and in darts you have to finish a job. We've spoken about this weekend. You can't just go and take your darts into the corner and shield them away from your opponent.
24.
Play out time and wait for the whistle. It doesn't work like that. And 24 for Meulenkamp, and maybe his race is run.
97.
Now, Michael Smith is averaging 85 and he's won 4 consecutive legs. Like, you don't expect to see that on the final day of one of these European Tour events. You certainly don't after the kind of stuff we've seen today. It's been phenomenal stuff in terms of the standard.
It certainly
77.
has. A lot of players showing what they can do. Michael Smith, well, he knows he's still got a lot more in the tank. Should he get the job done here?
140.
And finally, he's left himself a finish after 3 visits to the board. That has not happened very often in this game.
Yeah, this is Meulenkamp's worst leg of the match.
I think we've seen a young man
require 164.
crumble slightly under the pressure and the weight of his own expectations. Michael Smith, yeah, sensible.
124.
Didn't need to go treble 18 ball, just sets it up. He's on double top after 12 darts, and Michael Smith, well, almost the polar opposite of how his game with Mark Frost ended last night. Looks like he's going to win it, but he's done it in a much more sensible way.
Yeah, it's all gone a bit wrong for Ron Meulenkamp.
Game shot, man of the match, Michael Smith.
Top to finish the job. He could have been 5-1 down. Meulenkamp missed a string of doubles as he approached the finishing line in that match, and he ran his race. Michael Smith. Race continues. He moves through to the last 8. We'll see him in action against Nigel Hayden tonight. We'll also see Van Geuren against Anderson, Taylor against Bunting, and Wright against Terry Jenkins. We'll hear from Michael Smith in a moment. Join us again tonight for the quarterfinals and the conclusion of the Austrian Darts Open 2016.
Weil so oft die Doppel-10 nicht checken konnte. Aber trotzdem Glückwunsch an Michael Smith. Michael, the match was almost over for you when Ron missed to check the 6th leg. That was the key moment of the match, I suppose.
Yeah, he gave me the chance, but I'm playing so bad. The first game, I managed to get through it. I just scraped to get through this one. Then I want to start playing well, and I'm almost trying to force the treble in instead of just like relaxing and flow like I can. But listen, I'm still in the quarter-final. I've won 2 matches. I get to have a minute now and concentrate on the next game, and hopefully I can hit these 180s, the 140s, the doubles out for a start. And it's just a hard struggling, but he'll come back and he'll be back for the next game.
Also sagt, natürlich hat Ron die Tür für ihn wieder aufgemacht. Und erst danach, wie so eine Art Wake-up-Call, ist er dann selber so ein bisschen besser ins Rollen gekommen. But tell me, what has to work out much better for you in the quarterfinal?
Trebles. That's all about it. I'm not scoring as well as I can. I was known for the 180s, the 140s, and constant power scoring. At the minute, I'm hitting 60s, 45s, 140s, 60s, and it's not good enough. If I'm going to win this tournament, them 60s need to become tons, and 140s need to become 180s, and that's what I've always been known for. But he'll come back. He'll come back. I'm still in. I'm still happy. I'm not getting depressed over playing bad. I've got to battle through what I'm doing, and I've got to battle well to keep winning, and that's what I keep doing now.
Dankeschön. Thank you.
Cheers.
See you tonight.